a bathroom I installed a few years ago with Oceanside Mosaic glass. It's got a lot of elements in it. It's vertical borders, horizontal borders, marble liners, diamond inserts, Rive Rock in the shower stall, a recessed cubby or niche in one wall, a couple of marble shelves in another. There's a lot of detail, and this was a very time-consuming bathroom to install. So I got some pictures following here of just how I did it. The way I started with this was I had the Grout up on the walls, and I waterproofed it so wouldn't get any leaks. And then I skim coated it with a layer of Superflex, and just so to make sure everything was flat and everything was smooth. And then I put in the mud for the pan so that I had a level perimeter all around the bottom. And then I started with the Oceanside glass, mosaic glass tile. So as you can see, I cut out the squares for the diamonds, and then I inserted those diamonds and held them in place with a couple of brads on the two bottom edges so that they wouldn't slide down. These were very thick, very heavy pieces of glass. And the way you do this mosaic glass is you first spread your thinset on the wall with the notch side of the trowel. It's just a small V-notch trowel, and then you go over the notches with the back side of the trowel, the flat side of the trowel, to knock out all the ridges. So that way you've got now a flat layer of thinset on the wall. Then you put your sheet of glass tile in place, and you press it in, and then you get a beater block and you beat it in with a beater block. Now you don't actually whack it, you just give it a tap it right in so that it sets into the thinset. And this tile tends to slip with the thinset, so what I usually do is I get some little brads or small finish nails, and I poke them through the paper between the grout lines so that it holds the sheet of glass tile in place so that it doesn't slide down. And then as it sets, you pull those nails out, and you have the tile stays in place. Once you have the tile set on the walls, you wait 45 minutes, an hour and a half, whatever it takes for the thinset to set up a little bit. And then you wet the paper. Well, I usually use a spray bottle. You can use a sponge, whatever is handy. And you wait for the paper to get saturated with the water, and then you very carefully peel the paper off. You don't want to wait till the next day to do this, because if there are tiles that are out of place, or they've moved, or they come off when you pull off the paper, then it's a lot harder to fix it. So you do this while the thinset is still relatively fresh, so that you can make adjustments and put back any tiles that may have popped off, and they do move and they do pop off. So that's why you do it before the tile completely sets. So that's basically the procedure for putting up glass mosaic tile. And there's another method, which is a one-step method, which I generally don't use. But if you take your time and just go slow and don't rush it, this system works fairly well. You're just going to make sure you use the right size trowel, because you don't want the thinset squeezing through the grout lines, because then you have a big mess. So that's what you do. That's how you install the glass tile. And then sometimes some manufacturers want you to seal the glass before you grout it, and it's not going to hurt to seal it anyway, so usually I'll seal it before I grout it, and just make sure everything's nice, and you know, you don't get grout haze that adheres to the tile. And also, what you have to keep in mind is some glass tile manufacturers recommend that you use unsanded or sanded grout, depending on the tile. The tile can get scratched if you use sanded grout on a glass surface that is, you know, is delicate. So you just got to keep that in mind when you just make sure that you always check with the manufacturer and see what kind of grout they recommend for the glass tile that you're using. In this particular case, sanded grout was recommended, and that's what I used. So as you can see, there's Rive Rock for the shower pan. So I actually cut straight lines through the edges of the Rive Rock so that I would have you know, a nice clean line at the walls. And I also had Detra on the floor here with a marble, 12-inch marble tile that I put on a diagonal, and I really like the Schluter Detra for the floors. So anyway, that's basically how I install this bathroom. Very time consuming and a lot of detail in this bathroom. So that's basically it. This Oceanside Mosaic glass bathroom with a shower base made of Rive Rock and pencil liners and diamonds and recessed cubby or niche and a couple of marble shelves in the shower stall. So that's basically this bathroom.